Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Elis Adelle. I'm an intuitive tarot reader and astrologer, and I'm here today to talk about the new moon in Leo on August 4th and the lunar cycle in general. Okay, so we're not just getting the energy for the new moon on the day of the new moon, but we're checking in with the whole lunar cycle. Astrologically speaking, this is a wild one. We're starting with the new moon on August 4th, on the same day that Mercury enters retrograde in the early degrees of Virgo. Mercury will be retrograding back into the sign of Leo throughout the month. And so pretty much for the whole month of August, we're working with Mercury retrograde. And this Leo Virgo cusp is also where the fixed star Regulus is. And to me, the fixed star Regulus has a lot to do with like the ruler or the king archetype, king-queen archetype. And so it has a lot to do with being mindful of our connection to source, to the universe, to creator, creatress, God, goddess, whatever word you want to use for it. And that when we are in a sovereign and healthy relationship with source, the creator, creatress, then we are also sovereign, just rulers who do things in a fair and equitable way. And this means that we are fair rulers of our own lives and of all the aspects in our life, right? If we think of ourselves as the king or queen of our own reality, when we are in right relationship to source and to our heart and our higher self, then rulership of our kingdom, our experience becomes much easier. When we're out of alignment with this relationship, then we can often become egotistical, selfish, and motivated by the wrong things in life, right? So this Mercury retrograde is really tapping into all of those themes about being in right relationship to our heart and to source in order to make the correct decisions and choices in our lives. Okay, so that's one aspect of this month that we're moving into. The second thing is we have a very intense grouping of planets around the full moon around August 18th, 19th, 20th. First, we have Mars conjunct Jupiter in Gemini, which is going to be very intense. And this Mars conjunct Jupiter is going to be squaring Saturn in Pisces, which is also going to be, Saturn in Pisces is going to be in opposition to Venus in Virgo. So there's going to be a T-square with Jupiter and Mars conjunct in Gemini, in a T-square to Saturn in Pisces and Venus in Virgo. And this is all going to be happening on the full moon in Aquarius. So this is going to be a very potent, powerful, kind of hectic full moon. Because this is all happening in the mutable signs, there could be a lack of clarity around this time, and there could be some difficulty or confusion, right? But let's get into the cards to see what the cards have to say. I've already shuffled some tarot cards. We're going to look at them first, and then we will pull some oracle as I feel called to. So let's see the energy of this lunar cycle. 5 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, 2 of Wands reversed, 3 of Wands reversed, Ace of Swords reversed, 4 of Cups reversed, 2 of Pentacles reversed, and the Page of Wands. These 3 are going to be the cards that tell us about how to work with this energy of this lunar cycle. So, right away we can notice a lot of reversals and 2 pages, the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. Pages to me are always kind of exploratory and initiating energy. I work with tarot from the perspective of personal development and spiritual awakening. So if we're thinking about initiations when it comes to personal development and spiritual awakening. When we're thinking about beginnings of that process with the pages, it's very fitting for this lunar cycle where we have Mercury retrograde, that there's 2 pages here where we're playing with new beginnings, with new creative ways of expressing ourselves. And we're trying new things. And what I can see here is that we're trying new things when it comes to getting out of indecisiveness, sadness, depression, or low vibrational states of mind and being, right? With the 5 of Cups and the Ace of Swords reversed, it's kind of a Debbie Downer, kind of heavy energy here that we're looking at and working with. There's something here where it's like we are really perhaps dealing with certain mind states or emotional states that are self-defeating, self-limiting, that are misaligned and confused in a lot of ways. Maybe, you know, Mercury in Virgo is usually a very action-oriented, focused, and methodical, forward-moving energy. But because Mercury is retrograde in starting off in Virgo, there's a lot, there's like an innate kind of dissatisfaction or confusion when it comes to what we should be doing, how we should be doing it, right? So there's a lot of emotional and mental energy that feels very kind of bogged down. But with the Page of Pentacles, with this 4 of Cups reversed, this is the initiatory energy of trying new things to reverse that process, to get out of this funk, to step into new ways of being, and to learn how to make better decisions, right? 2 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. These are both cards that have to do with decision making, weighing choices. And it's interesting because the 2 of Wands is always the card to me, it's like where we are our own worst enemy and we are the ones, like it's where we're kind of stuck, right? If you see this card here, you can see he's on a balcony. He's not out in the world. He's not out living, doing, and being. He's kind of behind the scenes, hidden away, but he's got the world in his hand. He's got the whole world, all the opportunities in the world, all of the potential is right here in his hand. So it's all, the only thing that's holding him back is his own indecision, right? He's here holding the world, but he hasn't made a choice yet. He hasn't said, yes, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to do. So therefore, he's still behind the walls of the castle, not engaging with the world and not living and creating. The fact that he's reversed shows me that there's going to be some better decision making, moving more towards what it is we think we want. But with the 2 of Pentacles reversed, there's going to be some juggling, right? It's like we're going to be learning what it is we actually want. And I'm getting this sense that it's like we're going to be trying new things. We're going to be trying something, doing something once, realizing, oh, wait a second, that's not actually how I want to do it, and then going back and doing it again. And I'm feeling this is like very strong with that Mars in Gemini energy, where it's like when Mars is in Gemini, you have to do, which is the action-oriented planet, Mars. When it's in Gemini, it's like you have to do things twice. You have to do things the first time, kind of get it wrong, and then go back and do it again. Try again. And with the Page of Wands and the 3 of Wands, it's like there's going to be a lot of inspiration and a desire to get to somewhere new, to get to a new horizon, to break through. But it's not going to be quite available to us just yet in this lunar cycle. I feel that this lunar cycle is like a testing ground or a recalibration space, a kind of like 2 steps forward, 3 steps back kind of energy where it's going to be very malleable and we're not going to necessarily get a whole bunch of like clear-cut breakthrough results or experiences in this lunar cycle, but rather we're going to be like testing the waters and trying out a lot of different things. We're going to be getting lots of new ideas, lots of new inspirations, lots of new opportunities, and trying to work with those in ways that feel resonant and that are actually practically applicable and like realistic for us. But like I said, it's like we're going to be doing things twice. We're going to be doing things the first time, realizing, oh, wait a second, that's not actually how I want to do this, and having to go back and do it again in a better and more optimal way. So let's see how we can best work with the energy. The Fool, I love that. 9 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles. Interesting. So with the Fool, it's definitely about trying new things, right? It's that initiatory energy that we're talking about, right? It's about, not being afraid to do something different, to do something new, to go down a new path, to try a new inspiration. And it's about being very carefree in that process, if possible. Because it can be easy to get a little bit bogged down with this energy of like 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. It's easy to feel frustrated. The Fool invites us to kind of like tap into a little bit of Delulu energy, as the kids say, as the girlies are saying on the internet. Tap into a little bit of Delulu energy, delusional energy, where we can just kind of enjoy some of the process. Because with the 9 of Wands, it's going to be it could feel a little bit exhausting at times. It could be a little bit exhausting, where we might feel like we want to get into this 7 of Pentacles energy, where we just want to pause everything and not take any action and not do anything because it's so exhausting. But the energy here is to try new things even if we're tired, to tap into a little bit of delusional optimism and childlike wonder if possible, so that we can break past any kind of any feelings of just like burnout or stagnation, where we just want to put everything on hold and not move forward with anything. There's also something about like tapping into energies that make us feel out of time or suspended out of time. You know, the Fool kind of has that like naive energy or delusional energy, where it's like he's about to walk off the cliff and he's so enjoying his life and he's so fresh and young and without experience that he's not even realizing that. There's something about that we can tap into in a positive way in this month, where it's like if you can create time for yourself to kind of lose track of time. So whether that's like making art or reading a really good book that you like, or going on like a nature walk, or meditating or something like that, dancing, singing, like all, cooking, whatever it is for you that kind of gets you in that zone where you lose track of time, you're enjoying yourself, you're in the flow. This is going to be something that's very helpful for replenishing our energies and getting us back into that childlike wonder and awe state that will give us the fortitude and the energy to push past any kind of feelings of exhaustion and wanting to kind of throw our hands up in the air and like give up and not do anything. So yeah, that's lovely. Let's see if there's anything else here before we get some oracle. They keep drawing me to this little hand here with the cup in the 4 of Cups. This is a reminder that with the 4 of Cups, it's someone who is so fixated on the problems in life or the challenges or the things they're perceiving as lacking that they're not able to perceive the opportunities and the blessings and the new inspiration and ideas that are trying to come through from source, from their higher self, from the universe. So this is a reminder that this month there's going to be a lot of new energy, a lot of new ideas, a lot of new ways of thinking and being coming through. But we have to be emotionally and mentally available and open to receive those messages. We can't be so hyper fixated on the challenges that will certainly be present, but we can't hyper fixate on them so much that we don't see the new potentials coming in. So that's something to be aware of, okay? So what will assist us during this time? What will assist us or support us during this lunar cycle, please? What will assist or support us during this lunar cycle? What will assist us and what will support us during this lunar cycle, please? What will assist us and support us during this lunar cycle? Beautiful. Star gathering, stars aligned, remembering home, soul, family. What will assist us and support us during this lunar cycle? What will assist us and support us during this lunar cycle, please? What will assist us and support us during this lunar cycle? New beginnings. Again, that new initiatory energy. Patience. Ooh, yes. So with this star gathering, remembering home, there's something coming through here about remembering that you are your own home. Your body is your home first and foremost. I'm feeling that for many of us, there could be some of you guys may be moving homes. Some of you guys may be in a transitional period where you're like in between jobs, or you're trying to get something figured out with your living situation or your career, and things may be feeling a little disjointed and like they're not fitting, or maybe like you don't have a home, or the situation in your home is kind of precarious. And there's a message here about remembering that you are your own home first and foremost. And remembering this is a process of coming into yourself, connecting with yourself, getting into those spaces where you lose track of time, right? Getting into those flow connection spaces with yourself and with the universe. And trusting this process that there's going to be a lot of new beginnings, and that requires some patience. Like I said, this whole lunar cycle, it's like 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. It's not like we're going to have the breakthrough energy that we're craving or searching for, right? This is going to be a time where there's, it's like a trial period, or it's a test run. It's an experimentation zone. It's kind of like when you're a chef and you're trying to create a new dish, you have to like try it a couple different times with some different ingredients and different ratios until you get to the perfect, to the perfect recipe. You're testing the recipes this month, right? That's what we're doing in our lives. So trust the new beginnings and begin the processes, but be patient, because the new beginnings will begin, but you're going to have to backtrack and do them again and try again and rework them. And that's okay. And that's natural. And there's nothing wrong with your process if you're having to go back and do it again, or start over, or scrap the whole thing entirely and try something completely different. There is nothing wrong with your process, my friend. That's where we're all at. And with stars aligned, remembering home, soul, family, this is a period of time where there's a lot of like higher realm support that is assisting us in aligning to our soul's purpose, aligning to our soul family, and aligning to the breakthroughs that we do want and the results that we do want. You know, in September, there's going to be a lot of things happening in the astrology. We've got Pluto that's finally moving back to that anaretic degree, the 29th degree on September 1st. This is something I've been talking about all year. From September 1st to November 19th, this is a potent time of breakdown to breakthrough energy. And also in September we're entering eclipse season, right? We have our first lunar eclipse in Pisces, which is going to be very potent. So this is a time that's like preparing to align us to where we need to be for that Pluto at the 29th anaretic degree of Capricorn and for that eclipse season. So that will be in September and October. So what archetypal energy can we call into our psyches and into our experience to help us navigate this lunar cycle, please? What archetypal energy will help us navigate this cycle? Thank you very much. Prince, romantic charm and potential for power, using power for self-aggrandizement, and child, magical. Seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Shadow attributes, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles. Believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Yes. So this Prince energy is reminding me a lot about the pages that were coming through, this initiation energy, this beginning, and also it's reminding me about that royal energy of that Regulus star that I was talking about, how Mercury retrograde is going to be crossing over Regulus, that I was talking about being the king or queen, the ruler of our own life, right? This is about being the tentative, young, experimental ruler of our own life, and to romanticize our life and to romanticize the potential for power and strength and growth that is brewing in this month, with grace as much as possible. And the message that's coming through very strongly is to be very careful with the shadow attribute here. The light attribute is beautiful. Seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things. The belief that everything is possible. Very similar to the Fool energy also, the light attributes. But the shadow, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles. Believing that energy and action are not required for growth. This is something that comes up often, has come up often in my own journey, and when I work with clients, where it's like, if you're very high vibrational, if you're very connected to source and the creator, if you're very connected to your inner child and to the cosmos, this reality feels very dense and challenging and difficult, because it is, right? And there can be a frustration and an exhaustion that comes and makes us feel like, that if we're aligned to source or creator, to our higher selves, that things will just happen magically, that there won't be any effort or action required, that things will just fall into our lap. But that's not true. And this month especially, that's not true. This is going to be a month of like hard work in the inner and outer realms when it comes to our inner emotional psychosomatic experience, as well as our outer expressive like work life, kids, it's domestic reality, all of that. It's going to be challenging this month. But that doesn't mean that doesn't have potential for beauty. That doesn't mean that anything can be possible, right? All right, I think that's pretty much it that wants to come through, you guys. This is going to be a very powerful lunar cycle, a difficult one, but an important turning point, I believe, in this year of 2024 for all of us. An important initiation into our new path and into our new roles as we prepare for the new earth. Okay, so if you made it here all the way to the end, wow, thank you for being here with me. I'm so grateful to have you. I hope that these messages were resonant. I hope that they gave you some guidance, something you didn't have before. If you're interested in a personal reading, I am available. My email for contact is down in the description box below. And if you enjoyed this reading, if it was resonant for you, please consider giving the video a like. It really helps me out, helps me understand what is resonant for you guys and what content I should continue making, as well as giving the channel a subscribe so you can be notified every time that I make any videos like this. All right? All right. Thank you so much, my friend. I'm so grateful to have you here, and I'm sending you so much love. Good luck in this month of August. Bye.